This presentation is part of a workshop voicing indigenous food sovereignty struggles, which has been organized by the project Indigenous Food Systems in Transition, financed by Future Food at the Swedish University for Agricultural Sciences. Furthermore, the workshop was organized in collaboration with Case Study 18 of the Horizon 2020 Finance project Just North. You are welcome to listen to the lecture.
And I welcome Mika Arumäki and Janne Näkkäläjärvi from Sami Education Institute Soksak, Inari, Finland. And you will talk about dialogues and encounter in the Arctic project and about reindeer herding. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. That's very big honor to be here because we are right now in Pyhäluosto. It's Pelkosenniemi Municipality Ski Center. We have another conference here, and this is some kind of multitasking now we are doing here. My name is Janne Näkkäläjärvi. Hello, and here's my colleague Mika Arumäki.
Heippa, hello.
We have this kind of very big project funded by Interreg Nord, dialogue and encounters in the Arctic. Started already, was it January 2020? February 2020, and it's ongoing at least the end of May next year. End of April next year.
There is a big changes now going on in Sami reindeer husbandry. The new techniques and technology has come to stay, and it's not only the good thing because we have noticed that the traditional knowledge of reindeer herding, reindeer husbandry has changed too, and I think we have to be very careful that we don't forget what we have learned about our ancestors and all the herders. This is actually a little old presentation, but I think it's very good fit today theme also. So there you can see female reindeer with her baby reindeer with her calf, and that time when the female reindeer give a birth, that is the most important time for Sami perspective of Sami reindeer husbandry, because the new calves, that means that you have future, there is a life, and you can continue with your reindeer. Nowadays, some young reindeer herders are saying that the autumn time, when you can sell the reindeer, when the roundups are going on, that would be the most important time, because then the reindeer herder, the income of reindeer herder come then. But I think if we look a little larger picture of Sami reindeer husbandry, the birth of baby reindeer is the most important time. Yeah, that's true. Philosophy of Sami lifestyle. I think I have to tell it a little bit because it's very important to understand why we are like nomadic people nowadays. Also, that this is a translation of Johan Tuuri's Muistelu sai Saamipirra. It's a very old and the most important historical right of Sami lives. And I think there's a very good point that when a Sami becomes closed up in a room, then he doesn't understand much of anything because he cannot put his nose to the wind. His thoughts don't flow because there are walls and his mind is closed in. So, but when a Sami is there in the high mountains, then he has quite a clear mind. This is a very beautiful sentence, and this is, well, I'm feeling that this is the most important and the core issue when we are talking about Sami reindeer herder philosophy, and that's the point that about many thousands years we have managed to be and manage to live with our reindeer here in Arctic conditions, where we don't have much of anything like there is a limited resources what nature give us. So, but we are like used to utilize this our Arctic nature very carefully, and like we don't like sustainability is our main object here and main manner. Yes, reindeer is a nomadic animal, and that's why it's very important that we don't use like what is ylikäyttää, overuse our resources. So we have to survive in different circumstances in the Arctic, and reindeer is a very ordinary animal because it can manage and survive with very little food. If you think about when we have on January, February, we have -30 degrees and hard wind, but still reindeer is digging lichen and hay and can manage very harsh in a very harsh conditions, and that's very ordinary, extraordinary. Okay, there's some special characteristics of Sami reindeer herding. And it is good to remember that reindeer and Sami together has created sovereignty in the Arctic over the centuries. And this is our former Sami Parliament of Finland, President of Sami Parliament of Finland, Pekka Aikio has told that not only reindeer itself, not only the Sami itself, but when we are together, when we are cooperating, reindeer and Sami, we have some kind of sovereignty to live here in Arctic conditions and in our circumstances. Another characteristics, what I can say, is open range reindeer herding, that there is no fences. Okay, nowadays there should be some fences that we can put reindeer together and round up and sell some reindeer and give that we can have some incomes. But in winter time they are free, open range, free reindeer herding system. Then we have this kind of Sida community-based lifestyle still remaining. And we are like herding the reindeer together with other Sami people and other Sida people, and that's very special characteristic what we have nowadays still there. And not this family-based reindeer earmark system is something what, when we think about Finnish reindeer husbandry, in Finland there is not the rule that only Sami people can own the reindeer, but there are clear differences between Sami and Finnish reindeer husbandry system. And this family-based inheritable reindeer ERMAC system belongs to the Sami. And we know when we are marking the reindeer calves, everybody has his own earmark, but we can follow your ancestors, your family, between the ERMAC system, that they are like based on same ERMAC, but there are some small differences. But this is very important to remember when we are talking about Sami reindeer herding system. In Sweden, there are about 250,000 living reindeer. In Finland, 200 living reindeer, and in Norway, 250 reindeer also. And in Sweden, there is about 45,000 reindeer slaughtered per year. In Finland, the number is about 90,000 reindeer per year, what is slaughtered. And in Norway, about 60,000 slaughtered reindeer. But that's very good picture. It's from Bengt Eriksson, done this kind of research, and the total result of this research is that reindeer husbandry, if we count all the overall direct and indirect impact, the total business turnover 1.3 billion euro. That's a huge number of money. That's a huge number of, if we are comparing, well, we can compare everything. So we should remember that reindeer husbandry is not at all a small livelihood or small business. It's very important, and there is a big money also going on. Yeah, I think I'm not showing anymore because this is like I said, this is the old presentation. I can give a floor to Mika, but I want to stay in the Finnish that like I started. There is big changes coming and already in reindeer husbandry, and this new technology and how we can utilize them, it's very important. For example, drone helicopters. Nowadays, drone helicopter or drone mini helicopter, it is very important, and because we don't need to drive our ATV, all-terrain vehicle, in everywhere, because we can check by our helicopters, by our drones, where the reindeer are. And just today we have this kind of magazine, Reindeer Herders, Poromies magazine in Finland. It's a very popular magazine, and there were some story about the reindeer herder who was saying that the drone is like flying reindeer dog nowadays. So we have this kind of flying reindeer dogs, what we are using in nowadays reindeer husbandry when we are with our reindeer in open mountains and so it's not only bad thing that techniques comes and technology development is changing, but when we remember that we have our own history, we have our own background, and there is some traditional knowledge we have to know, and we have to what is arvostaa appreciate. So when we remember that, we can this technical development can help us a lot. Okay, this was my presentation, and sorry, it is multitasking system. This is not the we are, like I said, we are in another conference right now, but I hope you understand what I was trying to say, and I give the floor to Mika.
Now, okay, my name is Mika Aromäki, and I'm a colleague of Janne Näkkäläjärvi, and we represent Sami Education Institute from Enare. It's an upper secondary vocational school, and for the past 2.5 years, we've been leading the dialogues and encounters in the Arctic project, where University of Lapland is a partner, and Varttue Department of University of Umeå is a second partner. Leena-Maria Nilsson and Christer Stor have been very great partners for us. And I am not sure.
Well, you only have 1 minute left, so something short and
really? Okay, that is very short. I cannot share my screen because my own laptop is not working. But okay, the basic idea of our project was to create a grassroots level dialogue between the scientific community and the indigenous community in the Sami area, and we were trying to approach this high goal with the Lavvu dialogue concept. So we would bring people in around the same campfire, and people would feel free to talk and communicate with no barriers. Also, the shy people would be given their voice in the discussion, and by using the storytelling method, we would approach 3 different themes in the project. Main themes. The first one being local environmental observations.
Sorry, I'm very sorry, Mika, but
that's okay.
Time ran out.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you will not be able to be in the panel. But if anyone have questions on the dialogue and encounters in the Arctic project, as a chair in the panel, I can have another hat on my head and try to answer those questions. But thank you very much for the presentation, and good luck in continued multitasking. It's the opposite to the Lavvu dialogue, I think, the very opposite.
Exactly, yes. Thank you, Leena.
Yeah.